There's just no way!
Look, this is the only way things turn out. The sooner you accept that, the better.
Hi, Internet. Jay here, and I'm here to bring you my first ever YouTube video. Although not all the videos on this channel are gonna be about video games, they are typically gonna be about theories, but trust me, I have way too much to talk about, so we're just gonna get right into it. Today I'm here to talk about the Giants' actual power involving the soul orbs or soul balls, however you prefer to call it. You know, people like to say things like soul balls all the time. The soul balls are containers for the souls of the giants within the God of War Ragnarok universe. Now, I think that the soul balls are for more than just surviving. We only have seen two examples of giants coming back, and that is Fenrir and Jormungandr, and that when they come back, they are put in bodies that they can't necessarily talk. I mean, Mimir knows some sort of language that the Jormungandr does speak, but it's exactly that. It's some sort of hidden language that is very rare and hard to understand, I guess. With the two animals never having been able to speak directly at any point in time, do we get any idea of any of the things they know? And I believe that if we were to take one of these soul balls and put it inside of another human being or a giant body, we would also get someone capable of not just telling us what they know, but can also teach us things like how to change into animals, maybe more about soul magic, or at least my personal favorite, time travel. I mean, we've already seen it's possible. Like, we've seen Jormungandr be hit so hard he ends up in the past. The giants could time travel at least once, exactly like Jormungandr did, to the past. It would explain the accuracy of their telling of the future to the point where they would seem enlightened. The giants are adamant about how accurate their predictions are, and I have a few examples. My first one is 100% the intro, because you see the way Loki wishes to fight fate, or maybe isn't even really accepting of it, but immediately Angrboda is yelling at him that he needs to accept it and understand it and accept it as soon as possible, which speaks more to how she was raised, if anything, because she probably was raised how I believe all the giants were raised, where they were taught very well what the murals were, what the predictions were, and everything they were doing, that the giants truthfully knew that the soul balls and the time travel was necessary to be Odin. And my next piece of evidence is Angrboda's grandma, who again you can see here that she also knows the future, and is just, she absolutely knows it's true, because she's just yelling it at her granddaughter. She absolutely knows it's true because she's yelling at her granddaughter. And you can also tell that it's something that is passed on from grandma to granddaughter, is the worry about her not being inside of Atreus' story, that for some reason she just disappears from his mural. And it's something that her grandma yells at her as well, is, why aren't you, if I'm so important, why aren't I in your mural? My next piece of evidence is Angrboda's grandma, where it seems that her and Angrboda, and maybe a few other people in the family, have talked about these murals and what could possibly happen before, because you see when Angrboda is talking to Atreus, she asks him why she isn't in his mural. And then when you see Angrboda's grandmother at another time, she also yells at Angrboda that she's not in his mural, that he's not going to care about her because she no longer is in the picture. And my last piece of evidence is Hrimthir. I said that funny. Shut up. Hrimthir knew better. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play a video from Freya because it's much easier than explaining all of it myself. But at the end of it, you'll see what I mean.
Hrimthur, the son of Thormur, the stonemason, who disguised himself and built Asgard's wall.
Oh, yes. One of the many occasions Odin saw fit to involve me in a wager without my consent. I wish I could say that was the worst of his husbandly habits.
What wager?
I've told this story, brother.
And now she may tell her own.
There isn't that much to tell. I knew nothing of it at first, surely because Odin didn't expect to lose the bet. A mysterious mason had to build the entire wall in 3 turns of the season.
2! It was 2!
And if he was late, he'd be owed nothing. But if he succeeded, he was promised an audience with the queen. Or so I learned one day when Odin burst into our bedchambers, raging and half-drunk before noon, telling me to get dressed and go see what the mason wants. So, off I went, not knowing what had truly been promised or expected, dagger stashed in my robe for emergency. And this mason, this giant in disguise,
His name was Hrimthur.
he just smiled to see me. And as you said, he whispered in my ear. He said the Aesir had killed his father, and he needed to know that one day they'd burn for it. I pointed out I was Aesir now too, technically. He gave me a look, as if he somehow knew better, and continued.
Are the giants better fortune tellers than the actual fortune tellers of Norse mythology? I don't really believe so. I believe 3 things. 1, that the souls that are within the balls are how they pass on information to the next giants. And that while the souls are inhabiting a new body, they don't necessarily are one-to-one exactly the same and can see the past through visions they get while inhabiting a new body. I also believe now that the murals depict not the future, but the past. A past taught to all the giants so they can try their best to defeat Odin using the information they have based on the choices that another timeline has made in the hopes of defeating Odin. I also believe that the mural shows Atreus' father... I believe that the mural that shows Atreus mourning his father's death and going with Odin isn't the future, but another timeline in which circumstances are different for everyone, and probably serves as a reminder to the giants as they are fighting, as what they are fighting for in order to defeat Odin. So, what'd you think? I know I had a bit of a rough landing there towards the end, but I hope you got the point I was trying to make. Anyways, I should have plenty more videos like this in the future because I have plenty of things to talk about with God of War Ragnarok. So, like the video, leave a comment if you want me to make more. If this gets to 50 likes, I'll have the next video out within a week. Anyways, later.